Hi there.
Hey, today I wanted to do a quick video. It's kind of a repeat. I've done videos about this before on Instagram, but I wanted to do one on YouTube because I realized I don't have a lot of my content up on YouTube.
Bruh.
Personally, I think YouTube's a better platform. In this video, I'm just going to quickly discuss what heaven is. I know in a lot of the church, we kind of have more of like a pagan view of heaven. It's the view of heaven that was present in paganism, which was a detached spiritual world that was totally basically another universe. I'm not saying that there's not something similar to that when we die, but I believe that's called the realm of the dead. I do not believe that that is actually heaven. It's the realm of the dead. Today, I just want to really quickly go through some Bible verses that discuss what heaven is. Bible makes no room for doubt on what heaven is. So in Genesis 11:7, it's talking about the Tower of Babel, and it's saying that God, looking down from heaven, said, "Let us go down," and confuse their language. Okay, so that is a directional term. He's going down from heaven. In Isaiah 64:1, Isaiah is talking to God and he says, "Oh, that you would rend the heavens and come down." So he's saying God needs to open the heavens and come down, descend downward. John 3:13, Jesus, talking of himself, says, "No one has ascended into heaven but he who descended from heaven, the Son of Man." So first of all, he's saying that he is the only one who's ascended up, but he's saying first he descended down. So Jesus came down, descent, that is a directional term, from heaven. John 6:38, he says, "For I have come down from heaven, not to do my will, but to do the will of him who sent me." So again, Jesus came down from heaven. It's a directional term. Luke 9:16, Jesus takes 5 loaves and 2 fish, loaves of bread, looks up into heaven and gives thanks. He looks up. Just some more, at the ascension of Christ in Acts 1:9-10 says that everyone was looking up into heaven, and then the angel said, "Men of Israel, why do you look up into heaven?" Up, heaven. In Acts 7:55, Stephen is looking up when he's being martyred. It says he's looking up into heaven and he sees Jesus and the glory of God. Revelation 4:1, the Apostle John says that a door opened in heaven and he heard a voice saying, "Come up here." In 1 Thessalonians 4:17, it talks of the rapture. Woo! But it's a real biblical idea, even though the haters hate.
What is that?
It says that after, some things take place, then we will be caught up into the clouds to meet Jesus. Caught up into the clouds, that's heaven. In Isaiah 55:9, it says, "As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than yours." Heaven is higher than the earth. It's up. Okay, so here's the deal. There's some people who are, kind of more Gnostic in their beliefs, and they don't want heaven to be up. They want it to be the realm of the dead. They want it just to be the spirit world. And basically, they're trying to invert the timeline. And so when Jesus and the angels descend down from heaven, they're trying to somehow twist that to be the devil getting kicked out of heaven, the devil falling from heaven. We know the devil already fell from heaven. He ain't fallen again. He's already been kicked out. Michael already gave him no space in heaven. There was no room left for him or the angels. And in Revelation, it says that they descended into the earth and sea. They're down. They're down. They're not up. In the last days, nothing is descending from heaven other than the angels. The only deception that is really we need to look out for is a false prophet who calls fire down from heaven. Okay, that it says that in the last days, the false prophet calls fire down from heaven to amaze the world, right? So that is a lying sign, but as far as we're concerned, in the last days, it says that an angel is actually flies in mid-heaven and proclaims the eternal gospel. An angel is the one who finishes the Great Commission, not us. And it's the one proclaiming the eternal gospel. Okay, so flying in mid-heaven. So there's layers to the heavens. There's the first heaven, which is our realm, and that's the atmosphere, the air between us. That's the first heaven, right? It says of the devil, it calls him the prince of the power of the air. If you look at the Greek word, they have multiple words for the word air, right? And so when it says prince of the power of the air, that word air means lower breathable air. So the devil is the prince of the power of the lower breathable air. Okay, that's the first heaven. The second heaven is mid-heaven. That's a little higher up, and the angels and demons kind of, they do their thing. They probably fight it out there. And then the third heaven is the highest heaven. Or it's not necessary. What I mean is the third heaven is, honestly, it's outside of our atmosphere. And so space is a higher dimension. People don't think in those terms. They think three-dimensionally, but they're not realizing that it's time. And so when we look up, we go up there and we think, oh,
there's nothing here. I guess the Bible was wrong. I guess it's something else.
Well, it's a higher dimension. How do you know something's not there? What if it is there? It's in the same space, but located in a different time, right? It could be there 1,000 years in the future, and it is there. And all that heaven has to do to come down is travel backwards and come down backwards in time. It is up there. So heaven is above. It's a higher dimension. The firmament, I am strongly convinced the firmament that the scriptures speak of is the atmosphere. God was communicating to primitive people who didn't have certain realms of knowledge. And so the atmosphere is a strong, firm barrier. It is. We can't pass that. It's a wall, right? So anyways, but heaven is above. I just wanted to make that clear. In the end times, Jesus says when you see certain things begin happening in the world, he says, look up, for your redemption draws near. So the call is to look up, right? Our redemption is coming closer. The sign of the Son of Man will appear in the heavens, and every eye will see him, and every tongue in the end will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of the Father.